about Errol after the Mikey fight. He kind of took it with a grain of salt when they told him that you had eyes on him next, etc. He said, that before in the past you guys have always been scared to mention him, quote unquote, etc. How do you feel about his response
until you have a fight lined up?
I just remember being there. I remember being that guy before I even had the IBF title, saying guys that I wanted to fight, and no one ever mentioning me or wanting to fight me, because I was that young dog, So he is in that position now, or was in that position just before he grabbed his IBF title. He was the guy saying, I want to fight you, then I want to fight you, then I want to fight you. Well, now you got the title, and now you waiting on everybody else to come after you, So, I heard it 2 nights ago on Saturday that, he was promised the winner of myself and Danny Garcia. To me, that's a beautiful thing because now I know who I'm fighting next, So that's the best part about it is, there's no waiting game. And yet still, in the welterweight division, it's so hot right now that, you're always waiting for something that's going to be greater than what you just did.
So they're saying Errol...
I heard that from one of you, not you guys, but one of the guys. I was told that was something that he said.
So you're not so much set on Keith? I mean, there was a time where you're saying, I want Keith, I want that belt.
I'm not set on Keith. I'm not set on Keith for the express purpose that, a lot like the question you asked with Mikey Garcia fighting Errol Spence. If Errol Spence wins, is it like a double-edged sword? Does he get, praised for beating Mikey, or is Mikey too little, and so on and so forth? It's the same with Keith Thurman fighting me. Keith has not fought since 2017, and for him to have his first fight back against me after a long layoff, after 2 injuries now, so on and so forth. It's like we expected you to win, Shawn. He's been gone. So I'm not sold on that right now. I think that he deserves to have a fight back. I think we deserve to see him have a fight back so that we know he's who we expect him to be.
You don't mind me bouncing a question off of what Andy asked you. What do you say to people that speculate that you don't have the same energy, and this is just a hard question, you don't have the same energy calling out Spence versus like some of these other guys? You've flown to Danny Garcia's fights, and you've always been open about over the years calling these guys out. Why not call out Spence the way?
The answer to that is, to me, is very simple. And if you don't appreciate it, then you don't appreciate it. When I was going for my IBF title and this guy moved up to welterweight, he was the guy. That was 3 years ago, almost 4. At that point, Errol Spence was, just coming into the fight game, the professional fight game. So at this point, I'm still trying to take care of the business that I've set forth for myself. And up to 3 or 4 years ago, it was not Errol Spence. So simple as that. But like I said before, we get the WBC, sky's the limit. No problem.
There's also a chance here. I mean, we're talking about Spence saying he wants the winner of you and Danny, but there's also, a chance that, because it's slated for December supposedly, Spence and Mikey. If Mikey wins that fight, then that could be you and Mikey.
Yeah, whoa. Honestly, I mean,
so it could be Mikey fighting.
Yeah, he wins that fight. Whoa. I think he would have
done something. That's something you've ever imagined in your mind, you and Mikey?
Heck no.
Okay.
Heck no. No, I never imagined that,
That's something you got to start imagining.
No, not until he beats Errol. I really do. I think that he's biting off a lot to chew, and getting in the ring with Errol Spence. I think he wins that fight. He does something that is just marvelous and spectacular and special. I think he wins that fight, and I have to really pay attention to what he did and get ready for him.
So you don't think if he gives a competitive going that he sticks around 147?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Especially if he's competitive, if the fight's close, if the fight is entertaining and as great as we expect it to be, there's no telling what he would do.